If they're going to label this age of human existence, it'll probably be known as the insensitivity age. It seems like every week there's some group that feels that another group has been insensitive towards them. Of course, there's the growing wars whenever it comes to insensitivity with religion, with, well, just about everything. Something I never thought would actually have that much of an insensitivity to it is the idea of suicide. But I would have been wrong once again. Ever since the news has come forward that Robin Williams' death was a suicide, the word coward and other really kind of bullshit ideas have really come to circulate. Including some from everybody's favorite asshole, Gene Simmons. That's right, Gene Simmons of Kiss. Now his wasn't directly related toward Robin Williams, mainly because he sent out a tweet that, said, "Rest in peace, Robin Williams, we lost a great man." However, it's strange because he follows it up with something like this. This is an article that's actually based in Australia. There are ones that are circulating like it in just about every country in the world. This was the one that I just so happened to find, and it actually has some poignant fact in it, especially whenever it comes to that country, and the numbers are very similar in other nations as well. Gene Simmons has been widely criticized for making insensitive comments about depression and suicide after he told sufferers, "Fuck you, then kill yourself." We're off to a great start. The KISS bassist dismissed depression as a mental disorder in an article with songfacts.com. 1 in 8 Australian men experience depression and mental health issues, and have been particularly highlighted this week in the aftermath of Robin Williams' tragic death. In the candid interview recently, the 64-year-old said, "Fuck you, then kill yourself. I never understand because I always call them on their bluff. I'm the guy who says jump when there's a guy on top of a building who says, 'That's it, I can't take it anymore, I'm going to jump.' Are you kidding? Why are you announcing it? Shut the fuck up. Have some dignity and jump. You've got the crowd." Yes, because it's all about the crowd. It's all about how many people that you can have around you that are screaming up at you, "Don't do it, don't do it." It's all about that. It's a selfish idea for attention. Most people who decide that they want to jump don't clamor for that. They just fucking do it, you insensitive idiot. And if people are actually doing that, and are actually looking for attention, they're probably going through the cycle. And there's a good chance that they're not going to do it. You saying, "Go ahead, jump," may be an honest opinion, and you're entitled to an honest opinion, but it is also relatively douchey. Let's move on. By the way, you walk up to that same guy on the ledge who threatens to jump and put a gun to his head and say, "I'm going to blow your fucking head off." He'll go, "Please don't." It's true. He's not that insane, Simmons said. So basically now, instead of giving him the opportunity to work himself out of this, instead of presenting him with the opportunity that, hey, there's another way, you're basically saying, you either jump or I fucking shoot you. Either way, you're dying right now because you assembled all of these people together, so if death's gonna happen, it's gonna be yours. Choose your variety. Choose your flavor of choice. Or your weapon of choice. Yeah, because that solves problems, because that's constructive, that's helpful. All the more that you're doing is promoting your own douchey stupidity. All it's proving is the fact that if you were in that same situation, your reaction wouldn't be, "Fine, shoot me." It would be, "Don't do that! I'm not gonna do that! Don't do any of it! No, please! I'm Gene Simmons of Kiss! I'm in the 1%! You should bow before me!" That's right. This is Gene Simmons of Kiss, the same individual that said that the poor should actually respect the rich, and that being a member of the 1% in America is amazing. Well, I should fucking hope it is. If being part of the 1% of wealth in America sucks ass, then why live here? Why attain or go after anything? It just so happens also that the 1% in our country are made up of some of the largest douchebags, morons, and uncivilized cretins probably this country has ever seen. For all the things that they supposedly do to help things, usually have a selfish endeavor behind it. Either that, or they're doing it just to get their name and their face and their public image elsewhere, to expand their marketability, to have there be more clicks for them, so there'll be more traffic to their website. And so, at the end of the day, they'll have a higher net worth. That's right, it's just that simple. However, the rock star's comments have been widely criticized. Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue announced on his 6 Sense radio show, "It's pretty moronic." Thank you, Nikki. That's absolutely true. There's a 20-year-old out there who's a Kiss fan and reads this and goes, you know, he's right. I should just kill myself. And of course, based around the original tweet, Gene Simmons has been seen as kind of a hypocrite. You know, saying rest in peace Robin Williams, a kind and generous man, and then posting bullshit and talking bullshit about suicide, which is what Robin Williams died of. Two sides of the mouth, talking out of both of them. Nikki Sixx is right. There's a 20-year-old Kiss fan out there that's no doubt listening to his comments and realizing, fuck, I'm depressed. Gene Simmons is telling me to kill myself, I should do it. Am I saying that's what it's going to take for maybe Gene Simmons to recognize that what he did was pretty retarded? Yeah, actually I am. I am saying that's exactly what it's going to take. Because if I say that it's not, I'll be lying to myself, and I'll be lying to you. And that still may not be enough. Here's the thing. Whenever you're a member of the 1%, I'm not a member of the 1%, mind you. So I'm going based off of a lot of assumption, which can make an ass of a lot of people. But I'm throwing caution to the wind here. If you're a member of the 1%, let's say I was. Let's say that I was a member of the 1%. I would fear death. I would fear death with every single fabric of my being. Because I have all this money, all of this power, all of this say. I am literally on top of the world. I am king of the American castle. If I am dead, I ain't shit but worm food. I can't do a damn thing. Which also means that, for example, if a gentleman like me were in the 1%, I wouldn't have the ability to put that money toward good causes. I wouldn't have the ability to share the wealth with some individuals. I wouldn't be able to perhaps bring some individuals of the lower class that are in some bad situations, you know, a little bit of relief. I wouldn't be able to help whenever there are tragedies that strike the world. You know, I'm really not the type to really want to go out and buy another jet fuck airplane. Not whenever I already have like 7. So maybe it's time to sell one of those off and, you know, maybe donate it to a good cause. Gene Simmons, meanwhile, as a member of the 1%, basically documents and through his comments has really illuminated everything that's wrong with it. I'm not going to make this political. The whole basis of the 1% argument is slightly political, but it's kind of on the fringe line. I'm not going to sit here and say that his 1% status and who he voted for in the last election make him a bad person. Because in reality, it comes down to a choice. You either vote for one man or the other. His insensitivity about suicide, his insensitivity about his position in this world as being rich and a member of the 1%, believing that the poor should respect the rich, and believing essentially any doctrine that provokes him as like the Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Gene, doesn't matter what the fuck you did for music. If you're a shitty human being, guess what? You're still a shitty human being. That whole little tag of being a fairly decent musician and part of one of the biggest rock groups in the entire world kind of takes a slight second place behind the fact that you're a generalized douchebag. Quite frankly, between you and me, I'm going to make a bold prediction right here, right now. Whenever Gene Simmons dies, which, by the way, probably won't take that long, I doubt that I will have the ability. I doubt that I'll actually have the propensity. I doubt that I will have just the heart to even care. To really give a damn. Essentially, I've just been told that I should respect Gene Simmons because he's rich. Respect Gene is something that needs to be earned. Respect really needs to be earned. Respecting you because you're rich, there's no way for you to earn that respect. That's a demand. You earned my respect whenever I listened to your music and realized this isn't bad. In fact, this brought a lot to the table. You earned my respect whenever it seemed as though you were being influential to a lot of bands that came after you and really gave music a little bit of something. You lost my respect whenever you said that you have no respect and no sympathy for drug addicts and alcoholics, and now you're essentially saying you have no sympathy for those people who want to commit suicide. In fact, you just hope that they fucking do it. You lost my respect with that. You lost my respect whenever you basically demanded my respect based around my social status. And generally speaking, I can guarantee you that you'd be the type of person that if you were to lose all of your money and be in this social class, be one of the 99%, would feel as though you didn't have to respect the rich because you used to be rich. And it's like some sort of grandfather clause. I don't respect you for anything. I don't respect you for anything with the exception of your musical contribution. As a human being, you might as well fucking die yourself. You want to encourage suicide? I'm encouraging yours. You might as well die because you've done nothing right now to help the situation. In fact, if anything, you had your one chance, your one opportunity to actually try to put forth a positive vibe. And you just decided instead to go for shock value. You instead decided to go for maybe what you actually feel, but basically just continuing a long line of comments that are doing nothing more than see you as a pompous moron that is not worth the money anymore. The Kiss gear might as well sit on the shelves because I want none of it. The music I already have, most is on vinyl. It's all I really need. You want to encourage suicide? I encourage Kiss fans to bootleg. There it is. Never thought I'd do that. Never thought I'd encourage that. Might mean that I'm stooping to your level. I don't care. You certainly don't seem to care. And plus, you're rich enough. You say that I should respect you. Well, I respect you enough to tell you to go fuck yourself.